Alright, hello everyone, this is Sonic Goon, coach of the Weyard Wailord for SKL Season 9. This is my team builder for Week 3 against my opponent Wiliat, coach of the North London Landos. This week's matchup is not as bad as last week's. Obviously, like, Mega Beedrill's scary, and like Keldeo and Karam, those are like 3 mons on his team that I'm just like, well, I hate dealing with these, but yeah. I mean, Mega Beedrill out of the 3 is the easiest to deal with. But I have ways of dealing with this. Looking at his team against mine, I feel like he's super scared of my ground types. Tyranitar doesn't want to take any ground moves. Sandslash sucks. Metagross doesn't want to take them. Arcanine doesn't want to take them. Cinccino doesn't want to take them. Beedrill doesn't want to take any hits. But yeah, I think he'll be preparing for my ground types a lot. But he also has a lot of ways of dealing with them in other ways. Because like Dugtrio, it's a one and done mon. It takes a Pokemon and then dies. That's what it does. And then Nidoking has the poison type, which is a much bigger of a hindrance this week. Because even if he runs like AV Metagross, he takes like an Earth Power and then smacks me with a Zen Headbutt and I die. So I have to keep that in mind. So that's why I didn't bring any ground types this week. So just gonna hop right into the actual team I built. The first mon in order is Zoroark. Actually, I'm bringing Zoroark this week, even though he does not have his Psychic type is like physically defensive, so it doesn't even matter. Pursuit's not probably going to kill it. But the reason why I'm bringing this Pokemon is because I need a way to just get rid. I want to get rid of Mega Beedrill as quickly as I can. Actually, with the Sludge Bomb hit, Togekiss. Do I need Focus Blast? Do I even? I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, I'm going to be leading Zoroark, basically, and I'm going to be impostered as my Scizor, because I want to bait him into just not even protecting, just going straight for the Mega and U-turning, because like, this generation, the entire point of, well, the entire, like, gist of it is that, or just, how Megas work. The form before it megas is what speed is calced during that turn, and then the next turn it becomes that speed, the mega speed, which is terrible. And I'm glad that got changed in later generations, because that was just really stupid. But yeah, so for Mega Beedrill, I'm expecting like him to go for Protect, so maybe I should probably not lead that, but regardless. The reason why I want Scizor is because he resists all Scizor stabs. Even though he has base 40 defense and like paper, he should still be able to take a Bullet Punch, because that's still not doing that much to it. Or even like a Bug Bite, like that's not doing much either. And plus, like, if I'm not clicking Bullet Punch, his U-turn goes first and he gets out of there. Yeah, so that's why I'm leading Zoroark and clicking Flamethrower, because I have a 25% chance to just kill it outright, and I need to get rid of it. Next is Cloyster. Shell Smash Cloyster actually goes in, because thanks to this handy dandy Speed Tiers cheat sheet, I'm looking at his team, and the only Pokemon at +1 that outspeeds it is Cinccino, and Cinccino sucks. If I can get rid of Cinccino, which is literally like any Pokemon that resists its moves, so the 2 steel types I have, I can just kind of set up with Cloyster and win, if I get like a free turn. And I think that like at +2, the only Pokemon I really have to worry about is still Keldeo, because Keldeo actually resists every single move that Cloyster would use on a Shell Smash set. So that's something I have to really think about, but I feel like if I even get at +2, I should still do a lot to Keldeo, no matter what, even with like a Hydro Pump. Because like, its defenses aren't that great anyway, So I feel like if I just hit it with a strong Hydro Pump and don't miss, I can definitely do a lot of damage as Keldeo. Yeah, but this is pretty much just I set up, and I just have to hope that like Arcanine is even Intimidate Arcanine. I don't really care. Cause like if we go Arcanine, I'm gonna expect you to switch out again. So I'm just gonna Shell Smash again, and be even faster and even stronger. And then you have to take even more turns just to lower my attack. Yeah. Next is Rotom-Wash. This is fully physically defensive Rotom-Wash because naturally I do take less than half from Keldeo from every one of his special attacks that hit normally special. Anyway. And so I have to run max physically defensive for Sacred Sword, or not Sacred Sword, Secret Sword. Even then, Secret Sword, Spec Secret Sword does 47% minimum, 55% max. So if he gets a high roll or even like a mid roll, he's still going to 2 KO me, and I can't do anything about that. So yeah, like, this is literally just there, so, like, if it's not Specs Keldeo, I'm in so much good position to just kind of sit in front of it. Yeah, it's physical because, kind of sits in front of, like, these guys really well. Sits in front of Arcanine. Cinccino, oddly enough, like, it can kind of, if it doesn't have, Bullet Seed, but why wouldn't you run Bullet Seed? Then obviously Beedrill. It can kind of just take hits from and Plane Split, Will-O-Wisp, and Volt Switch out of there. Next is my Heatran. This is EV'd, I think, to outspeed Metagross. And then everything else kind of outspeeds it anyway. So, like, yeah, I'm able to just speed creep Metagross and check if it's, like, Scarf. And if it is Scarf, I have Air Balloon so I don't die from an Earthquake. And then I can just fire it back. It also has Stealth Rocks, because it can click Stealth Rocks. But I don't really expect myself to be... I mean, actually, I do kind of need Rocks down for Kyurem and Togekiss and Arcanine and Beedrill. So yeah, I should probably try to get Rocks down as quickly as I possibly can. Earth Power hits... Who? Arcanine? Yeah. It hits Arcanine. That's literally the only time I'm going to be clicking Earth Power, probably. Because Flash Cannon hits Tyranitar super effective and stabs, so that's more powerful, and then it probably kills Kyurem, and definitely kills Togekiss if Togekiss isn't running any speed. Yeah, this is just kind of similar to last week where I couldn't run a fully offensive because there's just some things I can't outspeed unless I'm running Scarf, and like Scarf Heatran's like, I don't like being locked into one move, especially with Heatran, because the main benefit of Heatran is like I have such a good move pool. Lava Plume over anything else because like I do a lot of damage regardless with my fire moves to all of the mons that are weak to fire, so I might as well go for the 30% burn chance, because like getting a burn on literally anything is amazing this generation just because of the 12% tick. So I think that Lava Plume is just a really good bring. Gallade's actually kind of like the secret weapon this week. Because Scarf Gallade outspeeds everything on his team that isn't Scarf, other than Beedrill. In fact, Beedrill outspeeds Scarf Gallade by 1 point, which is super frustrating. Yeah, base 145 speed mons outspeed base 80s by 1 point all the time. So I'm like really hoping that he just rings like Jolly Beedrill and not know that Scarf Gallade does outspeed. But yeah, Scarf Gallade does go in. I click a Psychic move pretty freely, except for Tyranitar, but that doesn't want to take a close combat or a Drain Punch or anything from Gallade, to be honest, because any fighting move over a certain base power probably kills this thing. And then like Knock kills Metagross. Psychic moves can probably even flinch or 2 KO these Pokemon. Fighting move kills, and then like the only Pokemon I'll probably be slightly worried about is like a defensive Shaman, but I have Heatran, and like, but like Heatran has to worry about Earth Power. Yeah, that's like kind of the thing this week too, is that a lot of Pokemon in his team just have the random ground type move. This has Drill Run. I don't think Keldeo has a random ground move. This is Earth Power. I'm pretty sure this is Earthquake. This is Earth Power. This is Earthquake, this is a ground type, this is Earthquake. So there's a lot of those random ground moves I have to worry about. And last but not least, this is Scizor. Scizor just kind of exists this week as like a bulky attacker. We're not even really bulky attacker. It's offensive, three attacks and roost. It does a lot of work this week. It beats Togekiss. I think it gets walled by Rotom, but I don't really mind because I have things to switch in on Rotom. It beats Kyurem. It beats Shaman. It beats Mega B actually. Because I have Aerial Ace. It also beats Keldeo. If it specs Keldeo Hydro Pump, that does at max 99% to me. And then I hit it with an Aerial Ace, and I do minimum 80%, I believe. And then my Bullet Punch next turn does minimum 20%. So no matter what, I kill the Keldeo 1v1 if I don't have any damage on me. If I've taken damage, it's kind of over, but I need to make sure that my Scizor's at max health. I didn't even bring removal this week, but I don't really expect him to bring. I mean, like, if I can get, but like my entire game plan is like super fast, like get Pokemon out of the way. So I have to hope that he doesn't bring rocks or gets them down, or I get my own rocks down and force him to defog him away. And he has Togekiss to do that, so yeah. So overall, I think I have a decent matchup this week. It can go very badly because Keldeo is very strong. 129 special attack with basically like fighting Psyshock. That's even more powerful than Psyshock. Is difficult to deal with. But if I play my cards right and stay focused in the match, I should come out on top. But there's nothing really set in stone until it happens. So, hope I do well. See you guys later.